Here we are on Lesson 3. What makes up Earth's surface? Building background. Earth has many different land features. These features are continually changing, too. Wind, water, and ice all help shape the land. How can people study Earth's features? And this is a picture of Half Dome. It's a famous place in California where people like to go hiking and climbing. All right, let's turn to page 28, Chapter 1. Lesson 3, you need a new piece of paper, and we're going to use our AVID note-taking form to get started. Okay, first thing's the same, write my name. So I'm going to write Mr. Rob. Make sure you don't put Mr. Rob because that's not your name. Class or period, AVID, capital A, capital V, capital I, capital D, 6. Date, I believe it's like 9/14/20. Topic or objective. Let's see, we're going to put capital F, capital N, capital T. Phase 1. Number 1. Take, capital T-A-K-E. Notes, capital N-O-T-S. N-O-T-E-S. And this has to do with Earth's surface, so capital E-A-R-T-H apostrophe S, capital S-U-R-F-A-C-E. And of course this is science, so put science in front of the FNT. So science FNT, phase 1, take notes, Earth's surface. All right, let's fold our paper in half lengthwise. Some people call this hot dog style. That way we have that center column. Get our blue pen or blue colored pencil. Mapping Earth. Okay, and like we did before, way over here in the left, capital M-A-P-P-I-N-G, Earth, capital E-A-R-T-H. Our main idea, capital M-A-I-N, idea, capital I-D-E-A, slash, capital E, capital Q for our essential question, colon. Okay, main idea. Earth's surface includes water and solid landforms. Okay, so surface, S-U-R-F-A-C-E, equals water, W-A-T-E-R, and straight line, number 3 straight line, water and landforms, L-A-N-D-F-O-R-M-S. And if you remember landforms from 3rd grade, those are things like plateaus and mesas and mountains and hills, valleys, rivers, all the different names for all the different features of the Earth's surface. Okay, you can identify surface features by their location, shape, and elevation. Okay, so let's put a period here. Identify, I-D-E-N-T-I-F-Y, by location, L-O-C-A-T-I-O-N, zoop, shape, S-H-A-P-E, zoop, and elevation, E-L-E-V-A-T-I-O-N, elevation. Yes, okay. Okay, let's get our red pen or our red colored pencil. A watery planet. Right about here, skip a line, watery, capital W-A-T-E-R-Y. Oh, oops, no. Mr. Rob, you forgot to do vocabulary. Scratch. Scratch. Let's do our vocabulary. Okay, contour lines. Okay, let's go right underneath that. Contour, C-O-N-T-O-U-R, lines, L-I-N-E-S. Page 30. Okay, there's page 30. Contour lines, and that starts the sentence, so let's go ahead and read. Contour lines connect points on the map that have the same elevation. Okay, so when I'm looking at this map, when those little lines, those little squiggly lines, that means that if you were to walk on a path that follows that line, you would always be at the same elevation. You would never go up, and you would never go down. Okay, so contour lines connect C-O-N-N-E-C-T, points, P-O-I-N-T-S. Connect points on map, O-N, map, M-A-P, at, A-T, same, S-A-M-E, elevation, E-L-E-V-A-T-I-O-N. Okay, next up we have, hey, elevation. Okay, elevation is right there. Let's go backwards and see. A topographic map is a map that shows the shape of surface features and their elevations or heights above sea level. Okay, elevation, E-L-E-V-A-T-I-O-N, height, H-E-I-G-H-T, above, A-B-O-V-E, C-S-E-A, level, L-E-V-E-L. Okay, so when I look at this map, see how there's kind of like a dark line right there? That means that that is all the same elevation if you walk along that line. So when I look at this map, it kind of shows me that if I'm down here at sea level, as I go, things get higher or taller. So right here in the map, there must be like a hill or a little mountain or something right there in San Francisco. And if I go over here to look at the whole Bay Area, then, oh, like they're showing here, Mount Diablo. Look at how many lines there are, and they all kind of center on this point here. So that must be a mountain. Whereas all this stuff out here, there are very few lines. This must be all pretty smooth and flat out here until you get to the hills. Okay, last one is probably topographic map. So T-O-P-O-G-R-A-P-H-I-C, topographic map. So graphic is like something that's drawn. Topo is going to mean the surface features or the elevation. A map that shows the shape of surface features and their elevations. Shows, S-H-O-W-S. Shape, S-H-A-P-E. Of, O-F. Surface, S-U-R-F-A-C-E. So, shows shape of surface features, F-E-A-T-U-R-E-S. And, A-N-D, or I could have done the little symbol. Elevations, E-L-E-V-A-T-I-O-N-S. So when you see all these squiggly lines on a map showing you where the elevations are the same and where the hills and mountains are, or where the flat areas, like all this flat area, where all those flat areas are, that is a topographic map. Okay, so let's see how much we have to do. Here's one set, 2 sets, 3 sets, and 4 sets. We have 4 sets of pages to make notes in, and we have 4 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So let's do the first set of notes. Okay, let's get our red pencil or red pen now. Watery planet. Let's go ahead and skip a line. Capital W-A-T-E-R-Y. Planet, capital P-L-A-N-E-T. Switch back to our pencil. Most of the Earth's surface is covered by oceans, which are vast bodies of salt water. All of Earth's oceans are connected, forming one great world ocean. The world ocean surrounds the continents, which are huge land masses that rise above the ocean surface. Most of the water on the continents, called inland water, is fresh water. Okay, inland because it's in, away from the ocean. Lakes and rivers are the major surface features that hold or carry fresh water. Rivers, streams, ponds, and other smaller features also hold fresh water. Okay, so most of Earth covered by ocean. Most, M-O-S-T. Earth, capital E-A-R-T-H. Covered, C-O-V-E-R-E-D. By, B-Y. Ocean, O-C-E-A-N. Okay, what else? We already know that there's salt water. We already know that they're all connected because that's how all the shipping vessels and boats get around the world. Continents, we know about huge land masses. We read about that in previous lessons. Here we go. Water on the continents is fresh water. So, water, W-A-T-E-R, on, O-N, continents, C-O-N-T-I-N-E-N-T-S, equals fresh, F-R-E-S-H. E-S-H. And I know what you're thinking. Fresh cut, Mr. Bob. Fresh water, students. Now, just because we call it fresh water doesn't mean you can just scoop it up and drink it, right? It could be contaminated or have some nasty stuff in it. But the point is that salt water's in the ocean. Fresh water does not have as much salt in it. And in general, you can clean it and filter it and be able to drink it. We already know about lakes and rivers and streams and stuff. We're pretty aware of that. Okay. Plants, humans, and other animals all need fresh water, yet very little of Earth's water is fresh water. Most is found underground or locked in glaciers or ice sheets near the Earth's poles. For these reasons, fresh water is a very precious resource. So let's look at this little graph. They're saying that if you take all the water in the entire world, 69% or almost 70% of the Earth's water is salt water in oceans that we can't even drink. Then the remaining 30% looks like this. But that part, not the water, that 29% is land. That's how much of the Earth's surface is covered by land. Only 2% of the Earth's surface has fresh water. And then you break it further down, most of that fresh water is locked up in glaciers or in groundwater, which is sometimes very deep and hard to get to. So that tiny, tiny, tiny little sliver of aquamarine over there on the left, that's how much water we have available in rivers and lakes to drink and use for all the things that we do. All the industry, taking a shower, flushing the toilet, washing your dishes. That tiny little sliver is all the water that everyone on the earth has to share and use. Not very much, huh? So let's go over here. We said most earth covered by ocean. Let's put right up here, 70%. Okay, water on continents equals fresh. Let's say only, O-N-L-Y, 2% coverage, C-O-V-E-R-A-G-E. So only 2% of the world is covered by fresh water. And then, underneath that, mostly, M-O-S-T-L-Y, glaciers, G-L-A-C-I-E-R-S, and symbol, down, 3, down, ground, G-R-O-U-N-D. So the 2% of fresh water is already small and tiny, but most of that is in glaciers or in groundwater, so we have even less to work with. Okay, land features. Oh wait, let's look at this picture first. Mountains stand above all other solid surface features. Yeah, okay, we know that. Land features, right there. Capital L-A-N-D. Features, capital F-E-A-T-U-R-E-S. Land features. Mountains are the tallest of Earth's landforms. Their steep slopes rise to tall peaks. Mountains can be found as single peaks or in chains, ranges, and mountain systems. 6 major mountain ranges form the Rocky Mountain system. Okay, I think we know that the mountains are the tallest that we have. We know that we can have like a single mountain or a group of mountains. And the Rocky Mountains, we don't need that specific name in our notes yet. Hills are smaller than mountains. Although hills do not rise as high as mountains, their rounded crests still stand above the land around them. Mountain valleys are long, narrow regions of low land between ranges of mountains or hills. Canyons are deep valleys with steep sides that are carved out by rivers or streams. In fact, running water is responsible for shaping much of the landscape. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw a little picture then. Let's draw some mountains like this. Right, mountains, M-O-U-N-T-A-I-N-S. And then it said that like a valley, a mountain valley is in between them. So let's go ahead and do some more mountains. And let's put like a mountain like that. Okay, and then this can be the valley, V-A-L-L-E-Y. There's the valley. We live in a valley. We live between 2 mountain ranges. We go back and look at the topographic maps that we saw earlier. Where did they go? What happened? Here we go. Right, there is the Central Valley. There's the coast with all those hills and mountains. We all live in the Central Valley, like Bakersfield, Fresno, Stockton, Sacramento. And then there's a whole nother set of mountains the other way. Okay, and then what are some other important ones that they're talking about? A canyon. Okay, let's draw like a cliff and a cliff and call that a canyon. C-A-N-Y-O-N. The Grand Canyon is an example of a canyon. There are canyons in Minecraft. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Carved, C-A-R-V-E, out, O-U-T, by, B-Y, water, W-A-T-E-R. So canyons are carved out by water, like streams and rivers. Plateaus are high landforms with fairly flat surfaces. Plateaus are often found along the tops of canyons, can extend for many miles on either side of a canyon. Like plateaus, plains are broad and flat. However, plains are lower than their surroundings. Plains make up most of the Midwest region of the United States. Okay, so on our canyon, let's keep going flat out that way, and let's call that a plateau. P-L-A-T-E-A-U, plateau, plateau, flateau. Okay, and then we know plains are P-L-A-I-N-S, are kind of like grasslands, G-R-A-S-S-L-A-N-D-S, grasslands. A floodplain is the floor of a river valley on either side of the river. Water covers a floodplain when a river overflows its banks. The floodplains of some river valleys are hundreds of kilometers wide. Okay, so if you have a flat area of plains and the grasslands, but you have a river that floods, then that turns into floodplains. River, R-I-V-E-R, overflow, O-V-E-R-F-L-O, equals flood, F-L-O-O-D, plain, P-L-A-I-N. Famous one here in California is up by Sacramento, the Sacramento River Delta, and also near Stockton. A famous one in the world is the Nile River Delta in Egypt. Okay, let's see where we were. In North America, the Atlantic coastal plain, so that's over on the east coast, extends from Canada all the way to Florida. This coastal plain slopes gently from the Appalachian Mountains to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean. There is no coastal plain along the shores of the Pacific Ocean. In many places, the coastline is rocky. Steep cliffs and mountains extend to the water's edge. So if you go to the east coast of America, it's kind of flat and smooth, and it goes on for many, many, many miles going. It doesn't climb too fast at all. It's very much like plains. But you guys know here in California, you can have a very rocky beach and sometimes even cliffs. Beaches are flat landforms along an ocean or large lake. You will learn more about beaches in the next chapter. Okay, I don't think we need to write down beaches because we know what that is. River valleys occur between mountains and hills on plains. Okay, did we talk about a river valley? Let's see. Between mountains and hills on plains. Okay, let's put that up here above valley then. River, and put a parentheses around it. So the reason we put that is if you have a valley and it's just dirt, then that's just a valley, kind of like our valley. But if you have a big river running through it, then it's a river valley. So in between mountains is always a valley. If there's a river, then you can call it a river valley. Coastal plains are the low-lying areas that slope gently from the mainland toward the east shore. So we know what the coast is, and we know what plains are. We don't really have those in California because it's too rocky and steep in most places, but those are definitely in the east coast of the United States. All right, that's everything on the first set of pages, and that's our first set of notes. Good luck, persevere, and roar Wildcats!